Guys, the prompt is the next thing. If you're not on, get on, okay?
So, what do you guys look at when talking to a new client, right? So when a new client comes to you and say, I want to grow my brand, what are some of the things you look at before taking them on?
I think that's something also that's changing. Before we were kind of just, like driven by, people that were trying to, get their brand out there, especially small businesses, people that had a particular voice and vision for something dope or whatever it is. But now it's become a bit more technical because we've just fallen into a lot of stress because of, just kind of taking on anyone or whatever it is. So now it's a bit more technical. Now it's about, we take people that already have like a brand look and feel, people that already have, logos, people that know what their business is. Because in fact, I was even thinking about it before I went to bed last night. Like, I feel like some of these businesses that we take on, Bele and I become business coaches. We're just supposed to be doing social media management, but you find yourself being a business coach because not only did somebody, not prepare themselves adequately, they've now brought the stress upon you.
Yeah.
To manage social media. So I don't know, Mandy. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that we look for now or whatever it is. Bele, I don't know if you have any other things to add.
No, that sounds right.
Yeah. All right. So, when I was looking at some of the services, I looked at our community. So how important is it for you to analyze somebody's community, for them to actually grow?
Well, that's a very great question, because the community is one of the things that you can't fake on social media. It's one of the things that it's either you have it or you don't have it. And for us, it's really important. It's really important that we work with a brand that is real and authentic on social media, because then that will also be a reflection of our business. So a community, if you don't have one, then we would like to help you build one. If you do have one, then we would like to assess how you built that and how we can strengthen that community for you. So in either or, it's always very interesting for us to see where we're starting off in terms of helping a client build a community or help them strengthen one already. Yeah.
All right. When people look at social media, right, and growing, they always focus just on the content that they're posting. But I also saw that you also look at caption writing. So how does the caption writing affect how the post will be perceived by whoever is receiving it?
Okay, so with social media, I feel like it's one of those, like it's an industry that's taken for granted, and that's why I feel like some people don't respect us. But each and every component of putting something online, putting a piece of content online, is super important. So, obviously you've highlighted caption writing, which we call copywriting. So you've highlighted copywriting, but every other aspect of that is important. What the image is like, what the video is like, the quality, what time you've posted it, if it's relevant to your community, all of those things. So copywriting is just a component of something that would make that piece of content great. Because you could have some dope image or whatever it is of whatever product or service you're trying to sell, but if you haven't captioned it properly, if you haven't put the details that people want to know, if you haven't put a call to action, if you haven't given information about your particular product, service, blog, whatever it is, then you won't get like the effectivity of your post. You won't engage with people the way you thought you would. You wouldn't get the message out there the way you thought you would. So it's just a component of a lot of little components that go together to make a content piece super amazing.
Okay, so basically it's just a big puzzle with a lot of pieces to make it a masterpiece. So is there a difference, or what is the difference between social media management and also branding? It's the same thing.
That's a good question.
That's
Belia,
one. Here's the answer. Let me tell you the answer. Branding is what people talk about you when you're not in the room, right? That's your brand. A brand, you have it whether you like it or you don't like it, you have a brand. Social media management, you might not have social media presence. You might not have a Facebook, you might not have an Instagram, but your business definitely has a brand. A brand is made up of your logo, your typography, your words, what kind of imagery you use, what people look at before they even, know what you're selling, all of that stuff. That's your brand. Social media is how you sell your brand to the audience, where your community comes to interact with your brand, what your community is saying about this brand. So this brand exists outside of social media. Without this brand, social media can't exist. So in order for us to have social media, the brand needs to exist first.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And this is something that we're also trying to separate, because a lot of people come to us, just the way Belia has accurately described this. Mm-hmm. We are social media we're not brand managers, we're social media managers. Mm-hmm. So when people come to us expecting to I don't know, get the world, no, make me look better, no, why are people saying this about me? Mm-hmm. That's another department. Yeah, for us, we are scheduling, we are preparing content, we are doing copywriting, we are doing strategies, we are doing audits. That is what we are doing. We're not doing brand management.
So let's say at the moment, how many clients would you say you have?
My goodness. This number is never the same every month.
Last week I was saying 50. I told
10. You. Last week you were saying 10. I'm pretty sure we have more than 15 clients.
Yeah, but there's okay. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like our business has, yes, it's mainly social media management for now, which we're hoping to change. But then there's a lot of aspects of the business. So there's the social media side, there's the content creation side. So there's people that pay us for social media management. There's people that pay us for content creation. There's people that pay us for training. Training is also a big part of our business model or whatever it is. And that's the bit that we're hoping will grow and expand. So yeah, we can't really say how many clients we have, but let's just say 15 plus.
Yeah.
Talking about that, I also remember seeing a video of like saying we need somebody to work with you for at least 3 months. Why 3 months?
Because people don't understand that social media is not a quick fix scheme. You can't just come to social media and expect results over one night. 3 months is a good enough time for us to create content that is, when you measure it and you track it, the success is more viable than when you track something over 1 month or you track over something over 1 week. Impact will make more sense over 3 months. So we are measuring impact. We're measuring return of investment. When you give us money, you need to see that the money has worked. And in 3 months, based on our understanding, our research, and our expertise, we know you'll be able to see a rate of return in that 3 months.
Yeah. And it might even change, because I feel like now, I think it even needs to change.
Might is at 6. Yeah,
because
thanks.
It's a lot of work that goes into finding a voice for someone on social media. Yeah. It's a lot of work. Then after 3 months, you hear,
I'm tired.
I'm tired, or whatever it is, So it's like a relationship. You rightfully brought up the thing about community. If you're building a community, you have to be consistent and persistent. Right. So if you want to just do it for 1 month and expect the whole world to come to you to buy your goods and services, that doesn't make sense. You have to consistently build that relationship. Like I'm guessing that the longer a relationship is, the more successful it is. So I feel like it's the same thing.
Well, how I put it, not the longer, but the more time you invest in it.
Yeah, the more time you put into, that's much better. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so you talked about classes. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken. So what's your process during your master classes, right? What do you educate people on, or how does it go? What is it about?
So it depends on what
Yeah.
the class is about. We have had different ones. Obviously now it's slowed down a bit because we can't have, physical events like that or whatever it is. So this year we haven't really done a lot of that. But it really just depends. Sometimes we tackle branding, sometimes we tackle social media, sometimes we tackle, I don't know, anything that might be related to, the industry that we're in. So usually we offer these for a very affordable price because we also realized that we also started from somewhere. We also attended a workshop. We also went to someone to give us a talk, whatever it is. So usually we're charging, very small rates anyway, compared to like the competitive rates. We're charging very minimal rates just for somebody to be able to come and just be immersed in, like all of this talk about how they can basically get their brand to the next level, or their company or their business or their blog or whatever it is to the next level. So usually that's what it is. Before we used to like pick a nice location, have, like a nice setup, have a presentation, but now we're trying to do more virtual virtual events. So we actually have one coming up on the 31st, which is called the Adulting Workshop. So this is not particularly linked to social media, but we're just tackling things like any things in the adulting world, finances, resilience, finding your purpose, all of that stuff.
Yeah. So, after talking about the 6 months or 3 months, someone would say, okay, is this for a day or it's also part of that 3 months or something? How long are your master classes?
It also depends on the program itself. So when we announce our master classes, we usually like say on social media, like, oh, this would be a 5-day master class or 1 day or 2 days. So it depends on what it is that we're trying to achieve specifically for the master class. Yeah.
So is the coaching and strategy sector of your services something different, or is also part of the master classes? Because I saw that and I was curious to say, okay, what does somebody need to join the coaching and strategy?
I think that would be mostly if you're looking for consultation. So we have consultations that we do for an hour long, and then that is like, we can talk you through, we can brainstorm through your business. If you have an idea, we sit down with you and then you pay for that 1 hour session. And then if you want a strategy document written at the end of that session, you also pay for that document itself. So that's part of the coaching and strategy.
Yeah. So it's a bit more specific. So for an event, everybody's just like talking about the same things, or talking about do's and don'ts and tips and all of that stuff. But then when it's like one-on-one coaching, it's you, us, and your business. Like literally we open everything out, we bash you, we congratulate you, all of that stuff. So it's more specific.
Okay. So it's also that part of the drink coffee with me, or the drink coffee with me is something else.
Yeah, it's part of that. Yeah.
Okay. And then so I had a very interesting question, right? Email marketing, do you think it's still as effective as it used to be in today's society?
In Zambia, I think email marketing is not that effective, specifically because people don't really have a strong email culture. But if you have a target market that you're communicating with, which is people that read, so your target market is corporates, professionals, people who are into information, people who are into your brand. So if you incorporate it in your content and you incorporate it into communicating with a specific target market, then it'll be effective. But if you're selling a product like shoes or jeans or something, email marketing is not as effective in Zambia.
For this
for business. Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at the email marketing, is it like those weekly things or like monthly things, or it's like once you send it, you never send another one again? How do you look at that?
It depends on the business. So it depends on the business. Some people use email marketing to maybe alert people about a particular product or service, maybe on a weekly basis if they have, something going on or something new. Some people use it on a monthly basis, maybe just to update, their database about what's going on, discounts, whatever. So it really depends on what business it is.
Okay, I get you. So let's talk about something that I found very interesting about you two, maybe. The working retreat. Tell me about that. How did that start and how has that been going? The working retreat that you do every
Yeah. Work retreat. Oh, like the one at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Ha! You know what? No. Like the one we do at the end of each year as a boo.
Oh, like when we're like done and then we're like, yeah, ideal. Mm.
It's important. Okay. It's important. So Belly and I, if you follow us on social media, like every so often, every couple of weeks, you just see like we're out and about somewhere else because we need to breathe. And we've recognized that sometimes just being at home and sleeping or whatever isn't like rest enough. Like we need the change of scenery. We need to go and just be somewhere else. Mm. So the work retreat started because at the end of the year, we want to have an opportunity to just be the two of us, or maybe with, another one or two of our brilliant friends, to just sit down and reflect on how the year went and just to analyze where we're trying to go. So even with last year's work retreat, we just went the two of us, but we literally just had like pieces of paper. We were just writing out different things that we wanted to achieve in 2021, ways we wanted to improve for, in our own sense, like for personal development, but also in terms of the business. So that's literally what it is.
Okay. So it's more like a reflection, right? To see where this is at the strength and see how it can develop.
Exactly.
All right. So what is event curation? I saw this and I was wondering what you guys do with that.
Okay. All right, cool. So event curation is basically what we've been talking about with the masterclasses and the workshops. So based on what event we want to do in that specific month or in that specific quarter, we curate the event based on what people need and what we're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes we've had people approach us, maybe people that have, like a platform of some sort, and they want to have an event. So sometimes we will help them put that together. We'll help them, either facilitate or whatever it is. So sometimes that could be event curation as well.
All right, cool. So, with that, why shouldn't people buy followers? Like Instagram followers.
Why shouldn't people buy? I think we did a post on that as well on Instagram. I think there's an IGTV video. So buying Instagram followers is a bad idea because you're buying robots and you're not buying actual people. And the Instagram algorithm favors profiles that has actual human interactions and not robot interactions. So it's never a good idea to do that to your profile, because then Instagram also flags your profile and then you might be in the red zone with Instagram and all of that good stuff. So you're better off not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're not lying to anyone else. You're just lying to yourself.
That's right. And we all know when you buy followers, it's very sad.
Okay. So tell us, like, what was one of your worst customer experiences that you had? I saw that you did a video, so I thought it would be just interesting to add it here.
No. Link the video in this video because we're not.
I think let everyone just go watch it for themselves. I still get angry. Like the other day, they liked my photo and I was just like, ah!
Let them go watch it. Let them go watch it. Yeah.
Please go watch it.
All right. So what made you guys start a YouTube channel? Like, since you started your agency and then you're like, you know what, let's do YouTube.
I think like we have a lot to share. As you've noticed, we've got a lot of things to talk about and we've got a lot of opinions and we're not shy to bring up our opinions. Belly and I are both very outspoken. I don't know if it's because of our background. I don't know what it is, but we're just not afraid to talk and to, bring up the issues that people don't want to talk about. So it was just basically, us thinking like, oh, this would be quite dope or whatever, just to share a lot of things and to just also put something into the world that's dope. It's content. We are content creators. So yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the insertions that you need for traveling? Because I see you guys travel a lot, So what are some of the things that people would need, some of the basic insertions for traveling or when traveling?
So depending on where you're traveling to, I think what you would need is a phone with a good camera so that you can capture the moments, some sunscreen depending on the weather, a good water bottle so that you are always hydrated regardless of whether you're hiking, and then always have a chitenge or a blanket of your own, because you never know where you end up slipping, and you just want to be prepared, especially if you're traveling in Zambia. And then the last thing is toothpaste. You don't want to have stanky breath. People don't like stanky breath. Brush your teeth. Yeah. Those are the essentials.
How about you, Adele? What perspective?
Like the things that you need to travel. I think just make sure you've got the money. Because it ain't cheap. You need to make sure you have money, a reliable form of transport, people that make sense or whatever. There's like a whole bunch of things that we could list. But yeah, like travel, it really just depends where you're going. It depends where you're going.
So how important was it for you guys to show the beauty of Zambia to the world? And also maybe some Zambians who are not really traveling. How important was it for you guys?
I think like Belly and I are both well traveled. And at the end of the day, I don't think like we've really had the opportunity to do much in Zambia. So it was just that kind of thing where we're like, oh, we've got access to all of these things, why not do it? And then also showing the beauty of Zambia is one of those things where we will be able to highlight, some of the gaps that there are, some of the gaps maybe that, the government needs to step in and do more, or we need to step in and do more. So it's just one of those things, because I feel like we are always quick to go somewhere else. But Zambia has also got beaches. Zambia has also got beautiful scenery. We've got hills, we've got all sorts of things, waterfalls. So it's just important because this is where we're from. And for us, I mean, it's a source of pride. Like, I love that my country is beautiful and it's not just dust and rocks. So I want to show it to the world.
Okay, so I looked at your YouTube channel, and relationships is one topic that keeps coming up. So with that said, what advice would you give to those single people that are looking, or maybe I don't know, what also thinking around that?
Chill. Stop looking and just continue doing your own thing and be in your own purpose. If you're looking, you will not find, I promise you. Just chill. Focus on yourself, focus on your own, especially the women. I'm talking from my perspective. When I was busy looking for a man's, the men's I was looking for were just, when I stopped, let me not say when I stopped, I am still not looking.
Yeah.
I'm busy, so stay busy. Stay busy and stay in purpose. Don't look, these men will just make you think shakara things. You don't need none of that.
Mm-hmm. Not all of them, but when you meet the right one, it's just aligned.
Meeting, that's right. When you meet the right one, you mustn't be searching. When you meet, you will meet them. They will meet you, you will meet each other.
Oh.
I'm screaming at myself.
So do you think there's a certain way where because they're like, when you know, you know. Do you believe in that?
When you know, you know. Yeah. When you know, you
No.
there is. When you know, you know. It's
Yeah.
that you
Don't
really do.
beg, don't cry, don't plead. When you know, you know.
When someone wants you, they really want you. You won't second guess it. Not drama
Period.
thinking. So if you're second guessing, stop. Don't even guess then. Just chill. Go and watch a cartoon.
Go back home, drink
go
some
and
water,
go
go to
back
bed.
home,
Yeah.
some water. You might just need a nap. Take a nap.
Yeah.
Just hot. Yeah.
Please.
There was an interesting video that when I saw, I was like, I had to click on it. Post your bay at your own risk. Let's talk about that one. What's the concept around it? So is it like, oh yeah, you know, still doubting who you're dating, or is it also when you find the one? Because
No.
yeah.
No.
So explain it.
Your relationship is a relationship. It's not content creation. Please and thank you. Like, that's all. Like, if you want to just post like, oh, we went somewhere, whatever, but it's not content.
It's not content creation, guys.
It's not. Like,
that's the problem. The problem is, yes.
Even just the things that will come up, like because you've posted your bay or whatever it is. Like for us, that video was a personal opinion, and both of us were on different spectrums. I was saying no, Belia was saying yes. Now it's changed. Now she's saying no. So it's really just up to you. But for us, all I'm going to say is your relationship is a relationship. It's not content creation. Period.
Okay. So how about learning someone's love language? How important is that in a relationship?
So how are you supposed to love someone when you don't even know how they communicate? So you're supposed to know how they communicate so that you can love them. You can't just assume you know how this person is supposed to receive love. So another thing I also like to go back to is the way my friendships, the most important friendships I have, how they're built. I take time to understand how to meet them where they're at. And because I've taken the time to meet them where they're at, I get less frustrated when they frustrate me because I know how they are and how to communicate them in order for them to feel loved and in order for me to show that I love them. And then our relationship grows from there. And it doesn't stay in a place of us guessing. It stays in a place of us continuously knowing where we're at, how I'm feeling, what the person's feeling, all of that good stuff. So it's the same thing in any relationship. You should always communicate, because even love languages change. Your love languages might not be the same in a new season. You might want more gifts than words of affirmation, or you might want more acts of service. But if you don't communicate, nobody will know. So yeah.
So do you have anything to add on that?
It's accurate.
Okay. So I heard you guys talking about 5 questions that you need to ask on the first date. Have those changed or they're still the same? And what are they?
I think they're still the same. Those were some wise questions. I remember those questions. Those questions were very wise. And I remember where those questions came from a very deep place. Still the same.
Go watch the video. Literally, there's probably more questions we would add, but those ones are fundamental.
Okay.
Those ones, yeah.
How about like you just tell us 2, and then you will look at the other 3.
Like what do you mean? From the list?
Yeah, like just 2, so that people can think, oh, they're trying to get to your channel.
Okay, the first question you should ask is, do you have a relationship with Jesus? Do you know Jesus for yourself? Is he your homie? Is he your dude in your mutima? If not, let's all be on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think the second question can be something related to like character, like what type of person is he? Maybe money as well, if you're that type of person. Yeah, family.
Yeah, one of work. Is he working?
Does he work? Is he sitting? Is he just collecting dust somewhere?
On the sugar mama, like there's a lot of things.
So what are some of the deal breakers you have or that you think people should have?
Like red flags?
Yeah, red flags.
Like red flags.
Yeah.
I think if somebody's not driven, like for me, that's the one thing. If you're not driven, if you don't, two things. If you don't love Jesus and you're not driven, we can't sit in the same house. We can't sit in the same car. We can't go anywhere very far. No.
Same.
Like for me, those deal breakers, because that's my life. My life is driver Jesus. So
JD, that's what it is.
All right, cool. So to end it off, where can people reach you guys, and what is your last advice?
Where can people reach us? Okay, so we are on Instagram. Find us on Instagram, our website, yellowraydigital.com, Instagram, yellowraydigital, Beliandlovu, Adele _Makai. And then don't call us, we'll call you.
No, we won't call you. But
okay.
I think the most active platform is Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, Instagram is the best platform to reach us. And then last piece of advice is, it's okay, breathe. It's really okay. You have time. You're not doing anything wrong. You're on the right path. Don't look at other people's lives. Your own life is just as exciting, and focus on it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. So thank you guys for coming, and we're done.